guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing another meal plan. These are the most highly requested videos that I get. You guys love these videos and I love making them. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to make these waffles. This is actually my blender pancake recipe. So this is double my recipe for my banana pancakes, and I'm going to give you guys a couple substitutions here. I have 4 large bananas that were frozen and they're kind of still defrosting, but it's about 500 grams of banana. So one thing that you can substitute if you don't want to use bananas is you can use an entire can of pumpkin puree. I'll link this recipe down below for you guys, but the pumpkin puree is really good. It acts the same way as the bananas as a binder, and it's delicious. If you want like a fall flavor, you can also add like pumpkin spice into it. It's really good, but some people have issues with bananas or they just don't have them, so this is a great substitute. Basically, I'm just gonna add all this stuff into my blender. So like I said, I doubled this recipe and it makes quite a few waffles. So we're gonna add our bananas into here. And then I have a cup of water. I'm gonna add 3 cups of oats. I do 3 teaspoons of baking powder. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And these pancakes aren't super sweet, and I don't like them super sweet because, if I could get this lid off. I don't like them super sweet because I really like to add maple syrup. So if you want them a little bit sweeter, you can add some stevia into here. But they are sweet on their own, like you can eat them by themselves because of the bananas. I'm also gonna add in half a teaspoon of salt. And then we're just gonna blend this up until it's super smooth. All right, so this is kind of like a oat banana smoothie. And I've had my waffle iron preheating. So this one's really good. I'll link it below for you guys. I don't spray it or anything. It's totally non-stick. So I just kind of pour about half a cup of the mixture just until it's like, you don't want it to go totally to the edges. And then we'll just press it down and let it cook. And I'm just gonna repeat this process until I'm out of batter. All right, so this recipe makes about 6 large waffles, and if it's Sunday and you're time rich and you have, you know, the whole day to kind of like relax and you just want something healthy that is a bit fancier, you can just have these waffles. And I like to top them with berries. You can use fresh berries or frozen berries. Also add some cinnamon or some pumpkin spice. And then obviously maple syrup. So that is one option. This is how I usually make them. But another option is to put the waffles into a little bento box. You can add some fresh fruit. So I just have some chopped apple, have some maple syrup in here as well, and bring these with you to work. They're basically like little waffle dippers, so you can microwave them if you want, or if you guys have a toaster at your workplace, you can just put them in the toaster and just kind of use them as little waffle dippers. And they're just a really easy to go breakfast. Alrighty guys, so for lunch today we're gonna make pita pizzas. These are one of my favorite little things to throw together when I just am at home and I have time. I usually have everything on hand, so if you guys work from home or like it's the weekend and you're really busy and you just want something easy to throw together, I highly recommend this recipe. So I always have these on hand. I buy these vegan pitas at Whole Foods, and I'm not sure if they're in your guys' area, but I know that Trader Joe's also has a whole wheat vegan pita like this, and the only ingredients are just like flour. This one has a little bit of Vital Wheat gluten. I didn't even realize that. There's 8 grams of protein per pita, and then just water and yeast. But I know that Trader Joe's has them, and these ones you can get at Whole Foods. If you can't find these, they also have these little like pita or thin and crispy pizza crusts. that you can get at Whole Foods. I've seen something like this at Safeway. They're just like thin, crispy pizza crust, but they do have a little bit of oil. I mean, it's negligible. Like if you're just making a veggie packed pizza and you're not putting cheese and stuff on it, this has 150 calories, 3 grams of fat. This one's 170 and 1 gram of fat, so it's not like a huge deal. You could also use like those flat out pizza crusts. I think they have those at like Walmart, or the Joseph's Pita brand is really good too. So anyways, use whatever you have. I'm gonna use these today because I like how thick they are and they make like a really good kind of pizza base. So I'm gonna make 2 of these for lunch, and I'll just show you guys how I do it. So I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees right now. It actually just went off, so it's ready. And then I have some marinara sauce, obviously, for the base. This is the kind that I like to use. Sometimes I do get fancy and make my own, but I really like this brand. It's also at Whole Foods. There is also a fat-free marinara at Whole Foods, and there's a fat-free marinara at Trader Joe's. But this one basically just has tomatoes, vegetables, and like basil. It's just vegetables and tomatoes. So I really like this one. So I'm gonna use this for my base. Add this to the base of the pizzas. All right, so then I just have some of my favorite veggies. I have some onion, and I really like to load these up with vegetables. Like, you guys know me. I put tons of veggies on everything. Got some bell peppers. I like to put lots of mushrooms on here because mushrooms are just like one of my favorite foods, but they're also just really meaty. They give it like a lot of texture. But I'm just gonna put these on one. And then another thing I really like to put is pepperoncini. And then I also like to put like some chopped up olives on my pizza. So I just wanted to make one that's kind of more plain and then one that's really loaded with stuff. So this is nutritional yeast that I just mix with salt and a little bit of garlic powder, and it's kind of like my little fat-free cheese topping. And I started buying this nutritional yeast that's unfortified. I'll show it to you in a second. But if you guys have issues with, like, I don't like having the fortified nutritional yeast because I feel like you just get so much B12 that it's really unnecessary, and it can cause a lot of like acne and problems, and I don't know. So I've just been buying the unfortified one. It's this one by Anthony's. I just get it on Amazon. I actually started buying a ton of stuff on Amazon because I find it so much cheaper. Like, I buy these like big things of garlic, organic garlic salt and garlic powder. I think the ones that I would buy at Whole Foods were like $7. I'll show you. So I would get these at Whole Foods for like $7. And then this on Amazon is like $14 or $15. So it's just so much more. This is 35 ounces, and then this is 3.6 ounces. So I just started buying all this stuff on Amazon. I have a garlic powder one. I just bought more red chili flakes. Like, I've been buying all this stuff on Amazon because it's so much cheaper. Anyways, another thing I really like to add to this is this pepperoni spice. This stuff is amazing if you like the pepperoni flavor. I mean, it literally tastes like pepperoni, just without the meat and stuff. It's essentially the spice that they use on it. So it has smoked paprika, chilies, anise, mustard seed, garlic, and fennel, and it's one of my favorite toppings. I'll link it below for you guys. This company is really great. They have really good spices. So I just put these on a pan, and then I'll just put these on my oven for, usually I do like 10 minutes, but I like them to be really crispy and kind of charred. So I might do 15 minutes, but I'll let you know when it's done. But my oven is at 400, and I'm just gonna put these on the top rack for 10 to 15 minutes. All right, the pizzas are done, and I did 15 minutes for both of them, and I think that they look perfect. Like I said, this is just a really good little recipe to make if you're kind of, you know, at home on the weekend. I'm basically just doing, well, I'm doing recipe videos for you guys today, but I'm also doing a lot of laundry and dishes and just chores. So it's just a good thing to throw together, throw in the oven, eat it when it's ready and cool, and you have a really delicious little pizza for lunch. And obviously you can add other things to these as well, other veggies and stuff. You can even put the potato, like the vegan cheese sauce from my website on these, and it's really good. I just like to cut them into little pizza pieces and enjoy. Okay guys, so for dinner, we're gonna be making maple mustard potatoes, and these are a bit different than the way I made them in the past. I like to use pre-cooked potatoes and then I mix it with the maple mustard dressing and bake it, and it kind of gets like caramelized. So here I have 2 russet potatoes that is pre-cooked, and I just pre-cook them in my Instant Pot for 10 minutes and then release the pressure right away. So we're just gonna chop these up. And you just wanna make sure that they're all kind of chopped the same size. And then I'm just gonna put them into this baking pan. And this is about 1 pound of potatoes. Okay, so I like to do it in this baking pan because I can mix everything in here. All right, so I have my oven preheating to 400 right now. And all we're gonna do for the sauce on this is, I'm gonna make a little bit extra because I'm gonna have this with like a tiny side salad. So I add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. I'm gonna do 3 because I'm having the side salad. We're gonna add a tablespoon of mustard. And as you know, I don't really measure this, I just kind of eyeball it. And then I'm just gonna add into here a little bit of garlic salt, just like 1/4 teaspoon. So we're just gonna mix this together. If you guys have never had this dressing, it's like such a simple, delicious dressing to put on potatoes or salad. I think in my Lean and Clean guide, I have it on a sweet potato salad. So I'm gonna use most of this. I'm just gonna reserve like a tablespoon of it for the side salad. Then we're just gonna toss these and throw them back in the oven on 400 for about 20 minutes until they get kind of nice and they just get a little bit crispy, and the maple mustard dressing kind of caramelizes, like I said. I just like to do it in this 9x9 dish because I can just toss it in here. I don't have to like dirty another bowl. So I'm gonna put these in. I'll check them at 10 minutes and probably just toss them around again because some of the dressing gets just stuck to the bottom. And then I'll show you guys what they look like when they're done. All right, so these have gotten nice and cooked. You can't really see, but they are kind of like caramelized on top. I just like baking them this way because the flavor really like soaks into the potatoes. So I'm just gonna put these on the side over here. And then I just like to add a little bit of the rest of the syrup on top. And this salad, I just put some sliced up cucumber, tomatoes, and then just some spring mix. And this is one of my go-to dinners lately. It's just super easy to make. If you have pre-steamed potatoes, it really only takes like 20 minutes to throw together. I mean, you really don't even have to cook them that long. I think they actually get more browned and cook better in the air fryer. So if you have an air fryer, I would suggest just doing it in the air fryer for like 15 minutes on 400. But yeah, that is it for the maple mustard potatoes. And I'm gonna go enjoy this. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.